Right, I now see a Fordson N-type, I think. We just go around here a wee minute. There's a it's not an arena, it's a working area. If we just go down here, right, that looks to be a Foden, no, AEC actually, AEC Marshall. AEC, that's an AEC Marshall. Tarp says John Jemison and Son Rye, so that's the truck driving family rather than the shop owning family. There's some sort of, that is a really nice caravan. Maybe I should go out and get one, but what would I pull it with? Well, chances are it's probably one of these. That's a Scamel with a Gardner 180 diesel. And next to it is a Scamel known as the Showman. That's known as the Showman. I won't go around the back, but I think around the back there's a generator set. I think there's some sort of generator set on the back of it, but you know, I don't want to. If we look here, there's an Earth ERF just here. Looks like 1996, which is almost 30 years ago. There's a Ford 7610. There's a Rawlins, oh, it's a Lehman Air organ. Okay, interesting. And if we go over here, we got a Bedford Bedmat 50 turbo with a caravan. Again, nice caravan. I'm going to be going up and down this bit in a minute. That's commercials. But there you see a Ford Cargo 1989. Seems to have spent its life in Uckfield, according to the side label. Right. Oh my god. Don't know what that is. I think it's a British. It says British Bray built, but it's a Fowler, but not a steam engine. Seems they made stuff later on. If we go here, we see a Scamel. Oh, correctly surmised. And it seems the Scamel register has got its showpiece here today. They've got their caravan here, although they haven't opened up yet. And there's another Scamel. Says, what is that? January 1941. There's a diesel, so that's from the Second World War, which we was commemorating the end of it. So try and get a nice side view of that. If we see here, there's a Scamel. I think it's an Iron Horse. No, Scarab. But there's someone known as Iron Horses, I think. They used to use these on the railways. It's like a three-wheeler, although that's more of a five-wheeler because there's two double wheels on the back. The truck itself looks like a Leyland Daff. Oh, it's another Scamel. It actually turns out to be a later Scamel. It says Leyland Daff on the side of it. This is interesting. This must have been when Scamel sort of evolved into something else. And there's another Scamel, looks like desert coloured. Absolute big monsters they were. Now, we see another Scamel here, which is in front of it, it's a Duance. I think the crazy thing is, it says it's a Gardner on it, so it's a Gardner diesel engine. Seems that they're the heavy recoveries. Okay, so if ever you get stuck anywhere, those are the boys to call. We go down here, we see I think I saw this last week, powered by Rolls-Royce, but what the heck is it? Right, we go a bit further down, we see an American armoured car of some kind, or some sort of armoured truck, probably not a power wagon. You sort of tell, again, from the Second World War, and it's nice to see what they're trying to. Oh, what's that? Is that a power wagon? To my left, and another one of these armoured cars. There's a half track next to it. Actually, I'm going to have a read of the thing, and at the start, as I was told, was all Allied vehicles after D-Day. So that's IHC M5A1 half track 1943. Yeah. Seems it's got a badge on it. It says Operation Nest Egg, so that's the liberation of Guernsey. And there's a bulldozer. Probably a Royal Engineer job, because, well, sometimes you had to get hazards out of the way. If we go down a bit further, we now see a Land Rover. It's way after the Second World War, but I like this. I like the bears that are in there. Those bears look cool. I wonder if they got copies. If we look around here, we see a John Deere 5010. Looks like 1963 according to the plate. Next to it's a Fordson Super Major. That's handy. This is a Jeep, but I noticed on the bonnet, you can faintly make it out, it says Willis, because they designed, well, I think it's originally designed by Scout. They didn't have the capacity to make so many of them, so Willis was making a load of them, and then Ford had to come in as well, because, well, needed so many that they needed Ford's manufacturing power to actually make so many of the things. In fact, there's so many parts for it, you could build more Jeeps if you want. This is a 1164 County in Ford colours. Another Land Rover sitting next to it. Oh, army coloured Vauxhall. Fits in well though. And if ever you need to, oh, actually it has an Opel badge on the front. Oh, wait a minute, this gets interesting. It's left hand drive, so it's an Opel. So there's, there looks to be a Dodge Power Wagon, or is it? No, it's GMC. Oh, it's a GMC army truck. And another Scammell with a crane on the back, so it's a recovery job. And REME, so that's Royal Engineers Mechanical Electrical. There's a bulldozer. Some sort of tracked vehicle, could be used as a bulldozer, I suppose. I think I may have wandered into a campsite. Yeah, I think I accidentally wandered into a campsite, so let's get out of here because it's Sunday morning, they don't expect visitors. Actually, I've just spotted a tracked vehicle up here as well, which I think say gonna have to go and identify. Looks like an Alice Chalmers again. Alice Chalmers, yeah, that's the one. Right. Right, if we go and identify this first. That looks like a Foden, quite a late a later one in army colours, so they were probably using these sorts of trucks in the army. And if we look at the back, it seems to be a recovery of some kind. Right, if we swing back round here, well, I've got to go and identify this because it looks, what is that one? See if I can read it from here. Weald La France.
Yeah, American.
Oh, okay. I also noticed it's got a badge on it saying Cummins diesel.
Yes.
So that's like one of their...
Yes, they've been converted. They had petrol engines originally, 3 miles per gallon. So we convert them to diesel.
Oh right, because I thought that's how they came.
No. World War II, it was all petrol. Not many trucks.
Yeah, because I noticed there were some World War II Scammels that got... And it said they got diesel engines.
Got gold in it. The big shiny green Darwin T there with the gun on the top, that's got a... They were diesel, and that's been re-engined with the Rolls diesel the British Army using as tank transporters. But all the other stuff was petrol, including these.
Yeah, because I think I saw that one with the T on the front at Tinkers Park, I think.
Yes, you would have done. Yeah, it lives locally.
And I think...
Yeah, it's a tank transporter, it would pull the big trailer.
Oh, right. I noticed they've opened up the Scammell hut now. I know Gardner's, did they make really advanced diesel engines?
In their day, yes, they were very, very good engine in their day. Yeah.
I see them around, but parts are apparently quite tricky to get hold of, unless you know.
Depends which model of engine. They made them for all sorts of different, from 4-cylinder right up to 8-cylinder.
Yeah, because...
But all different applications. No, they were very, very good engine in their day.
Yeah, because I also noticed, with the Gardner diesel engines, I was at, I think, Harris's.
Oh yeah.
They got a generator that's attached to one.
Yeah.
And I think I was at Hellingly last year, and one of them asked me if I knew anywhere that got parts for it. So I'm just trying to think. I'm sure someone somewhere must have
there are parts.
A repository, or at least be able to make them.
Yeah. Yeah, there are, I think, parts around, but it's, depending on which model it is. Yeah.
Yes, cheers for that. Right, so that's a Weald La France with a Cummins diesel, which was retrofitted by the looks of things. Look at the size of that. That's another one of them time rigs, I think. Green. Oh, I'm going to have a look. It's another Weald La France. I think someone's impressed. Well, we see another, by the looks of things, looks like the same as the other one, like a Weald La France by the looks of the bodywork. Sort of USA spec. This, don't know what this is. Oh, wait a minute, is this a Dodge Power Wagon? Again, it's got the circle and star in it, saying that's all vehicles after, all Allied vehicles after D-Day. I had a discussion with this off camera at Tinkers Park. Yeah, so there's the towing rig on this Foden. Nice. If we move a bit further down, we see another, probably, is that another Weald La France, or what else? What else could it be? That's a Steyr Pooch in UN colours by the looks of things. UN as in uninterested in peace, I think. Another Land Rover, I don't know which series it is, but there's a slightly different front end. Ah, it says it's a 3. It's a good thing I can read these things from here. But just think how perfect they were straight out of the box if they were hardly changed over, like, must have been 50 or 60 years. There's an AEC Matador. AEC meaning Associated Engineering Company. Another one of these Land Rovers. It says it's a 110, so
See you later.
another Land Rover, but this time army colours with some sort of, I don't know, must be ferrying people around kind of thing. Oh, that's a QT75M. Who made this? I'll have to look in a bit further. Who actually made this? It's probably, wait a minute, I can't actually read it because it's all in Cyrillic, which is the alphabet used in Eastern Europe, say Russia, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Belarus. So it says QT75M, but I just can't get a. Now if we had an internet signal, I'll probably use Google Translate to try and find out what the heck it is. The only bit of English on here says made in USSR or SSSR. That CCP bit. Actually, looks like Soviet bit of kitsch here, so I think I might just see if I can get a picture of it without interfering with my video. Right, next time I find a bit of internet signal, I'm going to send that to someone that can identify it. Actually, I'm going to try and... Right. And we try and get that. Get them to translate it. I think there's a particular YouTuber that I do follow who does understand the language. Just says QT75M, but who actually makes this? Because it doesn't look as though it's made at Kharkiv. I don't think it was made at Kharkiv, so oh, we're near the Bluebell Railway, so at some time I'm going to go and video some trains, because, well, why not? Another Land Rover Series 3. I've taken some pictures of the tracked vehicle from the Soviet Union. I think SSSR or USSR is Soviet Union. Right, there's some Foden, really big rig up here. This looks like an encampment for saying FH70 Limber 1974. Another couple of Landies, Land Rovers. Now we're about to visit the Caterpillar stand. So there's another Land Rover. Just think how perfect they were if they never hardly changed. That's a Caterpillar 120M. Must be one of them earth moving vehicles of some kind. Yeah, 120M. There's a Caterpillar 615C Series 2. So as we continue around the Caterpillar stand, we now see bulldozers, loads of them, 06D, D4H. Another bulldozer. Look at that. Looks to be a stationary engine of some kind by Caterpillar. Yeah, they did some interesting stuff. There's another Caterpillar of some kind. Not really as up on them as I should be. Still learning, still learning. So this is another Caterpillar. This Caterpillar make their own diesel engine, so chances are the stationary engine we saw would be a diesel engine as well. Looks as though they churned the ground up pretty good. Right, so we go to a more smaller Caterpillar. Well, there's another Land Rover, probably right 30, Caterpillar 30. So looks like probably a tractor, probably way bit early. Note how the cylinders all seem to be separate. It's not a monoblock. Now it looks to be a Caterpillar sort of traction engine type thing. It says it's a serial number 5397, built 1930, so Caterpillar 60. Again, note the fact that the engine's not exactly a monoblock, but you see all the little cylinders, like individual cylinders, individual plugs, individual push rods. So it's overhead valve. Caterpillar diesel D6, and if we look here, it looks like there's a generator set. Look at the size of that. Probably, yeah, looks like a generator set of some kind. I think it's a diesel V8, big naff off thing. Another Caterpillar diesel, a D2. I think there's another D2 sitting beside it. Seems Caterpillar have always made track vehicles and stationary engines. I think they've always been diesel as well. There's another Caterpillar 30, painted grey, so that's probably so they were grey until 1931. From the manufacturers. Another Caterpillar 30, no, D2, and a D4 next to it. See here, we see the D4. That is a, I don't know what that is. Sure. Another Caterpillar diesel. It looks to be a blading and grading machine, so I think that's what I saw over there earlier, but it looks to be much older design. So if we just swing around here, there's some more caterpillars here. So in R2 by the looks of things. Caterpillar, sort of in army colours by the looks of things. Someone's left their pint glass there. Bit silly of them. So I think there's a deposit system on it. There's a Caterpillar D2, another D2, so it's, I think there's a whole row of D2s by Caterpillar. If we continue onwards, I'm going to switch off a minute because the next exhibit's a little bit of a way.